G'day guys, my name is Alex, I'm the sports physiotherapist. Today I just want to take you through some of my favourite stretches for morning stiffness with my lower back and glutes that I tend to get. A lot of people get back pain and it's really debilitating, and I've seen so many patients that get it. And look, there's no easy fix. It is a process, but if we go through the process and we get some good habits in play, if we do exercises, strength, mobility, if we think about why we get our pain, we can definitely help. So I want to show you my favorite exercises to help relieve morning stiffness and back pain. And yeah, so let's get into it, guys. So let's just pretend that we're lying in bed, we've just woken up, and we'll start our exercises there. So for lying in bed, I just like to start off with some knee rocks. So in this position, I make sure that my back is nice and flat. So I'm tucking my pelvis up, flattening out. There's no arch in my lower back. From here, I'm just going to let this leg fall down to the side. I'm not tensing. So a big key is when we do this exercise, we're not tensing up. So it should look like this, where I'm just rocking and rolling. Sort of this leg comes up and over and falls down. This one falls down. And then rinse and repeat. So knee rocks. I'm not tensing and pushing and anything like that. I'm trying to get my back to move, and it can't do that if I'm super locked down and tight, okay? So what I want you to think about is when you're breathing, it's belly breathing. So I'm breathing in. I'm not breathing in with my shoulders. Because what that does is when we breathe in with our shoulders, it tenses our abs. We want to be breathing in with our belly pushing out. So imagine that my belly comes up this way, in like that, and it comes out that way. Cool. We'll have a video where we go through this in a little bit more detail, but we want to make sure no arch, relaxed belly, breathing with our belly, okay? So breathing in and out. And I'm doing this falling, rocking motion with my knees. Cool. Once we've done that, I like to go on to a big lower back rotation. Rotations are great for backs because they're really a non-provocative movement pattern for a lot of different conditions. So rotation's pretty cool. So dropping this leg down, this leg comes over, so I'm up on my hip now. I'm not flat. I'm up on my hip a little bit. Cool. So from this position, I'm just going to make sure my shoulder is out as far as possible. Hand over here, rotating back. I'm going to hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds. Making sure that I'm breathing is relaxed. I'm not tensing, my abs aren't tight. I'm not holding my breath. If it's too sore, I'm just going to back off the amount of rotation, or I'm just going to let that leg drop a little bit, or I'm going to bring my shoulder underneath me a little bit more. Just adjust, but the movement should be fine to do. The intensity may have to change, which comes from how much of a stretch you're trying to put yourself through. Cool. So let's just try that again. Okay. So I'm coming up and onto my hip. Bottom arm's going to come out. Bottom leg's going to go straight. Leg over and rock. Cool. We can then go into a bit of a glute stretch, so nice and easy. Right leg up and across. Just going to grab my knee and pull it to my opposite shoulder. So 20 to 30 seconds, I'm going to hold that. I can hug a bit further to get more of a stretch. Good. And then I can swap, pulling to the opposite shoulder. I'm getting a stretch in my glutes at the base. Cool. Now we can do a bit of a hamstring stretch or a sciatic stretch, depending if you're someone that gets pain that runs beneath sort of your bum cheek here. So if you get pain that comes down the back of your leg, like a sciatica or something like that, we kind of want to just be careful of doing like a hamstring stretch, because that might provoke it. So you're better off, if you do get that pain that goes below your bum cheek and into like the back of your knee or down into your ankle, you're probably better off doing a slider where the knee comes up and then the head comes up. We never want to end up like a pretzel, okay? So starting again. Cool. So leg up, head up, leg up, head up. If you don't want to do with the neck, leg up, tuck the chin. Leg up, tuck the chin. If you just want to do a hamstring stretch because you don't have those sciatic symptoms, love this one. I never do the straight leg hamstring stretch. It just gives me a burn at the back of the hammies, which I don't really like. The hamstrings do finish there, but I mean, the muscle we're trying to stretch is here. I think that straight leg is more of a neural stretch when you get that burn behind the back of the knee. That's quite awful. So I like a bent knee hammy stretch. So I use a piece of clothing or a towel. I make sure that I bend my knee and then I push up, and I'm pushing out, but I'm keeping my knee bent. So I'm not locked out. I'm here and I'm pushing up, getting the stretch back of the hammies. Oh, I'm getting a 20, 30-second hold. Lovely stretch in the back of my hammies there. Really quite comfortable for my back because my back's still flat. So really nice way to get a hammy stretch without having to sort of, do some of the other variations that require a lot of back movement. But just obviously, if you do get sciatic pains, this one may be a little bit sore for you to do, and use the slider variation instead. Cool. So now that we've done that, we're going to move on to tilting of our pelvis. Now, we've all done this before, whether you know you have or haven't. And what we want to do is think about, we've got our stomach, run your hands down until you get to that pubic bone that's right above your Y fronts, all right? And what you want to do is tuck up. Now, I think about my tailbone coming up, like that. And I think about my pubis, which is that first bone you come to as you run your fingers down. Cool. And we tuck right up. If you get to the other stuff, you've gone too far. All right? Cool. And we're just going to work on tucking. So what this will look like is from our flat position, we tuck up, and we arch, and we tuck up, when we arch. And this is super important. I'm not holding my breath or tensing at any point in time that I'm doing this. I'm really relaxed through my belly the whole time. You can sort of see, I'm really, really floppy through here at the moment. I'm not tensing up. Cool. And then from there, I generally get up and get into a sitting position. Okay, so let's get into that sitting position on the side of the bed. Okay guys, now we're in our sitting position on the side of the bed. We want to be thinking about this breathing I spoke about before. So we're not taking a shoulder breath because when we do that, what happens is it sucks our belly in, and that makes me really tight through my abs, okay? What we want to be doing is we want to be doing belly breathing. So when I breathe in, okay, and why that's important is that it's more relaxing for our abs. It's very hard for our abs and our trunk muscles to tighten up, which might give us a bit of back pain when we're pushing against them. It's going to make them lengthen and relax. So now that we're in this position, our belly's nice and relaxed, we're nice and floppy. Make sure you're touching, you're not tight. We can think about this pelvic tuck. So once again, tailbone underneath, pelvic bone up. Now you can do that 10 to 15 times. Once we've done that, we're going to tuck, we're going to roll forward. From here, I can just relax, I can explore my movement. Okay, if it's a bit sore, come a bit higher, but still maintain this position here. So from here, roll down, come forward. I can then reach down with one hand. I can explore, I can reach down with my other hand. Fantastic. Now once you do that, it's really cool because your back position here, when you're in this rolled position, it's the same as if I'm here. My back position doesn't change. So if you're able to reach here with that back position, it's almost like you're touching your toes. Once we're down here though, the common mistake is people, when they go to come back up, they flatten out. Oh, and that hurts, and I don't even have back pain at the moment. So make sure that we don't give in to the fear of bending with a bent back. We relax, come forward, and we roll back up. Okay? We're rolling back up. We're not flattening and arching. Okay? Now moving on, from this sitting position, we can do, God, don't know what to do with my hands. We can do twists all the time, not tensing. Not tensing, okay? I'm really just getting that twisting rotation pattern, which I know is really nice for my back. I can then work on some arches, but for a lot of people, this might be quite painful, and therefore you don't want to arch that much, but it's just about getting that little bit of extra movement there. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed that video. It's just what I like to do in the mornings to sort of help with my morning stiffness. I do suffer from back pain from time to time. It's common, it's very common. If you like what you saw today and you think it could benefit someone, share it with them, because there is a chance that they may benefit from these exercises, from the mobility, from the stretching, getting themselves going in the morning, developing good habits. So if you've got mum, dad, uncle, brother, someone that gets a bit of back pain, get them to try it out and just see how it goes. Just remember, pain's multifactorial. If someone has severe pain, they should be consulting someone like a health professional, physiotherapist, doctor, and get managed properly, okay? But guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have anything that you'd like me to talk about, please drop me a comment in the video description on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you have any ideas for future videos, do the same thing. Hope you guys are great. Have a bloody great day, and I'll talk to you later.